Hello YouTube, here I will explain burn and hydro flare damage in Showdown, and why blazing flame on the green path is better than fury bath on the blue path, even when you're causing hydro flares. Hydro flares are caused whenever you have burn and soak status on the same enemy at the same time. Now to begin, let's clarify the formulas. For burn damage, it scales off attack, the burn coefficient, burn duration, the tick rate, which is how many times it ticks per second, and 1 plus the burn damage bonus, and times the sense suppression coefficient. If you're at the recommended sense, this is 1.15, which is basically a 15% damage bonus for being at the same sense level as the recommended sense. As far as the burn coefficients go, I have them all here. Well, most of them. There's still some more I have to test and record, but for the most part, diffuse raging flame, diffuse slamming blade, ember, maybe cloud scorch, flame thunder chant, all of these are the main burns you'll be using. This is from the animal rings. You can view all this in the spreadsheet. I'll include it in the description. Just head to the bonuses tab. Okay. Now for hydro flares, it does the same thing as burn damage, but it is multiplied times the remaining duration of that burn divided by the total duration, and then that's times 1 plus the hydro flare damage bonus. Okay, and that clarifies the formulas and how they work. Let's assume you're running a hydro flare based build. This could mainly consist of Draco Stride and some sources of burn like diffuse raging flames or flaming blade, incineration, and ember. Fury bath and prolonged flame chant grant a total bonus of 110%, as you can see here, for hydro flares, and just 20% for burns, assuming you let the burn go the whole duration. Now for blazing flame, since it increases the burn damage, it also increases the hydro flare damage. It starts off at 55%, but then it multiplies times whatever your health bonus percentage is, and removes that, and convert it strictly to burn damage bonus, and it takes 70% of that value. So starting off, you can get robust from the red tree, right here. It gives 15% at level 5. Copper ward gives 60% just from putting it on, but it gets rid of your armor. And then your hero levels, at level 4 you get plus 10%, at level 11 you get plus 10%. You can see that here and here. And for attributes, you can get plus 15% per soul jade. With windfall, that's plus 22.5% per soul jade, but yeah, it's gonna be rare to do something like that. So in total, it makes the green path have 121.5% damage bonus, assuming you put on copper ward. But blue path has a cap of 110%. There's also the fact that when it comes to hydro flares from Draco Stride, since Draco Stride has a delay of 0.5 seconds, yeah, 0.5 seconds after dodging, there's a chance that you might cause your Draco Stride to appear after 1 second, which could cause one of the burn ticks to go off, since most of the burns are ticking at once per second. And if it's 1 second off, then one of the ticks will go off and it won't benefit from the hydro flare damage bonus, and it won't even benefit from the duration bonus if you cause soak right after that. So just keep that in mind. You're pretty much going to be losing a little bit of burn damage going Draco Stride, but it's still worth it though if you're doing, especially with the diffuse burns. They only last 5 seconds, but if you're doing more than one diffuse in 5 seconds, especially with Flaming Blade, you want to do Draco Stride. Well, that's if you're using a character that can dodge up close to the boss to cause soak, to make it even worthwhile. Characters like Wu Chan, maybe even Feria, I wouldn't really recommend Draco Stride, but Tarka and Tianhai are really good with Draco Stride. Okay, and there's, that covers that. Yeah, and that's basically why Blazing Flame is better than Fury Bath and for Prolonged Flame Chant. Even though they do have Honed Flame and all that other stuff, you can still reach that from the blue tree, depending on your build. This is my TN high, my Tarka build. This is my TN high build. Only reason I don't have skilled attack champ for this one is because his Aegis break is actually pretty good DPS, but Tarka's is not. But honestly, you can have so much haunt on this, and combined with this, that you can go this and not really worry about it. But this skill chat is really good because it says it increases it by 10%, but it's a 10% multiplier. So if you use like Matari's, what is it, Flutter Step or Flash, so that boosts your attack by 40%, and then it multiplies on top of that, so it gives you like a 54% attack bonus after you use her Flash. Even works with Kurumi's Healing Ray. So yeah, that's pretty good. It's just TN High's cooldown is so long. What is it, 30? Oh, it's 20 seconds, so it's not too bad. But it's not really a skill you want to spam. It's something you want to save for emergencies. But it still could be helpful for 8 seconds bonus damage. But Tarka, you're definitely going to be using this ability pretty much whenever it's ready. They have that burn applying and that plus 10% damage from the fireball. From the vulnerable debuff, yep. But that doesn't apply to burn damage, unfortunately, but it does apply to everything else. That's the thing about burn damage, it doesn't scale off of damage bonuses in particular. It scales off of attack and health if you have Blazing Flame, but if you don't, then it doesn't. But yeah, that about covers everything I had to explain about why Blazing Flame is better than Fury Bath and how burn works and Hydro Flurry works. I'll end the video on this chart. It's a big chart, so it's hard to get the whole thing in. But here you go. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I will try to answer them whenever I can.